Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and you'd think that for once I'd be able to get started and have everything like lined up and ready, but you'd be wrong. Um, there we go. That's better. In today's live stream, we are doing stuff and things. How do I even find that? Oh, I swipe. Okay. We're answering questions. Hey Derby. Yeet. Hey Jenny. Hey Juan. I'm gonna be doing Hey Letty. Beep beep. Bonjour, MZ. So early this time? I'm early? No, I'm right on time. Y'all are right on time, too. I did my hair this morning, and you can't tell, but I smell kind of nice. And I have lip plumper on, so I'm like my lips are spicy. Oh, you're early. That's fair, Muggle. Aw, thanks, Samzy. Let me try to get this tripod. Today, we're doing a giveaway. Hey, dogs. Z should be in the last day of wearing his lampshade. And Sam's just, gosh, he's just a dog, you guys. I don't even know what we're going to do for him. Oh, thank you. Wow, Kim says this is the first time I've been able to watch a live feed with you. Well, welcome, join us. Today we are giving away, I actually found another dud. So it's a total now of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's $100 worth of, well, if they were made properly, it would have been $100 worth of cabochons, but they all have something just a little bit wrong with them. So you get them for free if you win the giveaway. So to do that, go leave a comment on Tuesday's live stream. Hey Tracy. And that'll put your name in the hat at the 45-minute mark of this video. We'll be using a random comment picker to pick whoever wins this wiggle pile of cabs that need some TLC that I just do not have in me today to give them. AMC says my comment definitely didn't include the word cobbler. That makes me suspicious that maybe it did, which is okay. That's okay. I'll allow it. Cheers. I hope y'all have a cup of something good to drink, whether it's hot or cold or wherever you are. Christy says, I finally feel well enough to catch your live streams. Oh, Christy, I'm so glad you're feeling even just a little bit better. If you guys have any questions for me, Randy's going to be moderating over in the other room, so you can do the @ sign and then Yvonne Williams, just like how my screen name's spelled with like the capital Y and the capital W and the spaces and everything. And that will highlight it in orange. In that way, all right on Laura. Yeah, it was kind of last minute. We didn't know which day we were going to be going. Yep, just like how Natalie did. Hey, Natalie, gosh, it's been a million years, it feels like, since I saw you last. Yeah, if you guys have questions, just highlight it in orange, just like how Natalie did. Ooh, chai tea. I actually put some chai spice blend on top of my coffee this morning because I did some whipped cream, and it's delicious. But yeah, that way Randy can help me to answer y'all's questions. I'm going to have that lined up over here. I think I'm getting situated. Today I am working a little bit on dragon prep, so we're going to see how many pairs of earrings I can actually get made in the day in an hour of us just sitting here. But I am also going to finish up these little tentacle pieces that we were working on in a different live stream. So for Randy's birthday, we went to the aquarium and I fed him twice baked potatoes and bacon wrapped shrimp. And I tried really hard to not ask him to make me coffee until today. And then I asked him, and then I still had to make my own coffee. So I guess and then I think we're gonna go see a movie tonight. So we try to do like a birthday week for Randy because I get like a birthday month because of y'all. So there's that. Okay, twice baked potatoes. Yeah, it's amazing. If you like potatoes, I highly recommend it. And if you don't like potatoes, want to try it because it'll convert you to our potato ways. But it's you like bake a potato and then you let it cool and you like slice the cap off of it, like just a sliver, and then you scoop out all the insides of the potato and then you put them in a bowl and basically make loaded mashed potatoes out of that, and then you salt and pepper the inside of the potato boat now. I call them the ships, and then the caps I call the lifeboats, and we make like loaded potato skins out of the caps as an appetizer, some warm-up potato for the main potato. And The video that you'll need to comment on is the Randy's birthday live stream. It was from June 4th. Oh God, Letty. She said those polymer clay testicles are so cool. I think you meant tentacles, but I love you. Do it, yeah, autocorrect for sure. Oh, sorry, that tickled me just right. Good old auto erect, right? Okay. I used to try to keep the videos PG, and then it occurred to me that anybody who's ever ridden like a public school bus has heard way worse with much more malicious intent. So anybody who gets offended by us being a bunch of, perverts, I guess, the high and by, I suppose. Like, we don't mean offense, we just are offensive. Okay, so I've got a big old stack of pliers. Right, Joelle? Yeah, it's a technical term. But now I want to make some, but not in today's live stream. So for this here, I think to make the bale, let me get this other lamp going so we've got a slightly better lighting, maybe. Are you even plugged in, lamp? It's not plugged in. Okay. I've got to crawl under the desk for a minute. There we go. Now it's plugged in. Cool beans. So for this guy here, I'm gripping with my little step pliers, which I really like these guys because they're like flat nose or chain nose, but it's just, I don't know, I like them. And honestly, I wonder how much of it is that I like the person who gave them to me. So Chris, if you're watching this, I miss you. And I use these pliers almost every day. Super duper greatly appreciated. I'm using the 8mm barrel on my mandrel pliers. And just wrapping that around. And now I'm going to come in with my bent nose pliers. And just start wrapping that around that stem wire.
By the way, if you brought to my attention that we should probably say we're not picking on anyone, we're just having a good time.
That's very fair. Yeah, we're not picking, never are we picking on anybody. I just hope that's clear. I've been picked on way too many times in my life to ever intentionally do that to someone. So, not picking on anybody, just giggling. Have you ever done a transfer to polymer clay? I did some with napkins that turned out really well. I haven't. What's a transfer? Ooh, Candace. Oh, I'd love to see what you make because I think you'll do really well at it. Did I do these opposite of each other? I did. Cool. So I'm going to make some earrings out of these bad boys. And then these two will be pendants. So yeah, that's basically, I just make that loop and now we could attach chain coming off of either side and have it suspended this way, or we could just string it up on a chain like this. And that's done and ready to go. Put that in the done pile. Are you collecting questions for me, Randy?
Yeah, there's none so far.
Okay. And so now, oh, I had cut those out for an earring. I should probably finish some of these projects, but I'm just going to ignore them and go work on something else. That sounds great. Okay, so here's some wire that I found on my desk. Feels like a 20 gauge. Transferring the design, basically wet a napkin with a design to uncured clay, bake it, and scrub off the napkin. Huh, wow. Muggle says, thanks for the Renaissance Festival advice a few weeks ago. Maybe a month now, I can't remember. I'm crocheting a bag to go with my outfit for water and stuff bought from vendors. That's a really good idea. And honestly, the best thing about making your own stuff, too, is you can have it be exactly the size that you need. Okay, and I'm going to cut off about 6 inches of wire twice to make some matching earrings. Susan says, where is the best place to get leather string for necklaces and the chain for necklaces? I get the chain from theringboard.com, and for making leather cord, I usually get 2 or 3 millimeter waxed leather or waxed cotton even, because I found that that can hold up pretty well. In folks who are like, vegan and stuff, they'll use that, but it still biodegrades nicely. I get that just like in like bulk spools from Tandy. Christy says, I had a resin. Oops, I didn't get enough hardener into the mix, and now I have a mess with molds and gooey resin. How do I clean the molds, or do I need to throw them away and replace them? In the past, what I've done is I just glove up and use paper towels to remove as much of the, the bad resin, as I can. And then I do a batch of resin that I'm going to have to scrap it, but it saves my molds. I mix up resin proper, pour it in on top of the bad, and it will bind to the newly cured resin. And then whenever I unmold it, most of it will stick onto the newly cast resin, if that makes sense. But a lot of it too is I've just used physically tried to remove as much of it as possible, and then resin out the residue. A little bit, Kim. I need coffee. That does sound really good. Are the clay coils heavy for earrings? Not really. Like they're so light that they don't register on the scale that I have for like weighing our mail. So they're less than 1/10 of an ounce. I don't know, I could probably weigh it for grams, maybe. You could see. I don't know. If you're particularly sensitive, I would recommend using the, like, sensitive to heavy earrings. I'd recommend using the souffle clay, because that is a little bit lighter.
You got a few questions.
Oh, right on. Mine says, I'm trying to make a small polyclay doll with LEDs inside her head to shine through her eye, but I obviously can't bake LED lights. Any advice? If she's gonna have hair, I'd leave a hole in the back of the head that the hair will cover. Or have like the head and then have a hole cut out, and then you bake that hole, and then you can place the LEDs and then super glue that that plate kind of back in. Maybe is an idea. I don't think so. Okay. So I'm just wrapping, just doing some like, not particularly extravagant work. I'm just trying to make something that'll be fun to wear, but I'm not gonna have to charge a ton for. Sparky's asked, use a tool to sand on the tips of the earring part that goes through the ear. What was the name of that tool, and where did you get it? It was actually gifted to me, but you can get them on Amazon. It's called a cup burr. And honestly, if you can find one that fits into like a Dremel or something, I'd really recommend that, because it's save yourself the work when you can. Max says, I've been practicing my wire wrapping by watching your tutorials. Thank you for taking the time to teach us. Now I have bought some Parawire for my first order. Woo! I do hope that I've been exceptionally pleased with Parawire every step of the way, so I really hope that that it does for you what you want it to do. Because I've met folks and worked with folks who are like, yeah, no, I can't wire wrap. And then I help them get their hands on some Parawire, and I'm like, let's try this same thing with Parawire instead of that stainless steel wire you've been using. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. And I'm like, right? Just because, the difference, let's talk a little bit about like dead soft wire. Dead soft wire is wire that's been completely annealed, so all of the molecules are like situated a certain way with each other, and it just makes for a nice, doughy, like soft, supple metal. And then the more you work with it, the more those molecules start to get settled into their place or compacted together. And again, this is just the way that I understand it. But it conditions the wire into a way that it will hold its shape a little bit more, it stiffens up. It can also become more brittle. But some wires that we work with, like memory wire, is a spring steel, as far as I'm aware. Again, could be completely wrong. This is just, the world I've been understanding. And so you'll try to bend it, and instead of its plastic bent, like I think the terms are plastic and elastic, dead soft wire is very plastic. When you bend it, it stays there. Whereas spring steel wire, when you bend it, it's very elastic and it boing right back to where it was. So, or they have like, I don't know, in science there's like a chart and it'll be like, here's this plastic, I don't know. Guys, I'm an art teacher, not a science teacher. Google it. Hopefully this helps. But as far as I understand it, and that's why I always recommend to folks to try out the dead soft wire, because whenever you're trying to make like a spiral and stuff, it'll actually be a spiral instead of you're doing the hand correct, like you're doing everything correct, but the wire just wants to go boing back to where it was. Ooh. Holy crap! Candace says, I bought a used copy of the polymer clay book you recommended. A new copy was almost $60 on Amazon. Yeah, go with used for sure. Letty says, yes, I'm also very impressed with the Parawire. Double checked spelling on this comment. It is PG rated. Oh, Letty. Shrimp tentacle earrings. We had some autocorrect. Right. I finally get to watch a whole live stream. Hey, Megan. As it happens, Anna Bess heading to Manhattan. I'm more excited that I get to join the live stream. Well, I hope you're having a safe and either uneventful or very eventful, whichever you'd like to go for. I hope you're having just the kind of trip you're looking for. I know that Randy and I kind of prefer a little less adventure in our travels because we're like, let's keep it uneventful, because usually eventful is like a broken tire or, something along those lines. So now I'm coming through. These are going to be earrings. They're going to be a bit big. Should I do like a gem on it? Yeah, we're going to do a gem on it. Let's find something shiny to stick on this. Opalite. Ooh, or pearls. I don't know. I think that opalite will look pretty cool. Ooh, here's some pyrite. That's gonna make it pretty heavy though. Oh yeah? I gotta go let the cat in. Hey, kitty, kitty. Oh, mommy loves you. I wish she liked me still. Come back. Nope, she just runs off. Okay. Cat's in the house. Okay, the question is, Margaret's asking, my question was not answered. How do I change the wrong crate for May to the right one? Oh, I'm not sure. So what you can do, Margaret, is if you could send me a private message on Patreon. Did I send you, like, you were in, I can't remember off the top of my head if you were in wire wrapping or chainmail. But sent the wrong crate to you, just let us know and we'll send you the correct one in with this month's crate, and then you can just keep the one that was, wrong. Because I knew that, like, back whenever we had like 20 patrons and I was able to handwrite everybody a letter and, like, hand pick what's in their crate, like, sometimes I miss those days because, I would mess up like once every 6 months. But now that we have like 450 patrons and, I mail something out to at least half of y'all, it's my rate of incompetent. Like, I feel like I'm like, oh my God, I'm so much more incompetent. But honestly, I'm just as crappy at doing what I do for a living as I was then. We're just doing an increased amount of it. So now I mess up like at least 5 times a month and I'm like, oh no. So I try to fix it as we go. And I really appreciate y'all's patience, as we do that. And if ever any of y'all are unhappy with what we're doing, just let me know. I'll refund you. You can keep whatever we've sent and we can all go peacefully on with our lives. Like, I don't take it personally if y'all get upset with me for me, like, dropping the ball. Because I drop the ball, like, twice a week now, it feels like. I'm doing my best. Like, that's all I've got. I've been trying to squeeze more out, but it just stresses me out until I don't get anything done. So. The eyeball bead?
Yeah.
Ooh, and that is acrylic, so it's very lightweight. I like it. Okay, let's see. Oh, surely I've got another one in here. Yep, I do. Was that your suggestion, Randy?
Yeah, I'm just there watching you rummage around, and I'm like, it's right there. Just pick that one.
It's a very good suggestion, honey. The nature of balls, very droppable. Yeah. I was getting so, trying to do right by everybody, because y'all do right by me so much, and I just want to keep up with that. And I felt like I was just not. And then I'd be stressed to the point that I wasn't getting anything done, and I was just messing up more. So I've surrendered to just handing out refunds. That's fair, Letty. And I really appreciate, all of y'all have been so understanding of that. Randy's suggestion. Leslie wants to know if you enjoyed your birthday, Randy.
I already answered both.
Oh? What'd you say?
We did.
Oh, yeah? How do you like being 32?
Feels like being 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's a pretty wrecked 20.
That was a pretty wrecked 20, it was. Well, thanks, Tracy. Aw, thanks, Galen.
That's not true. Maybe like 27.
27? No, you were more wrecked at 20, I honestly think. You weren't getting as much sleep. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, but it's not that youthful, like, energy.
No, you didn't. You were tired all the time.
Yeah, but I was happy about it.
You were happy about being tired? Are you not happy about being tired now?
No, I'm hurting all the time now.
Well, if you do yoga with me.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Yep. Melody says, I was watching Tuesday's live cast. I'm just getting into polymer clay and wanted to know what brand of conditioning machine would you suggest? I personally use a Makin's polymer clay machine, but honestly, they're kind of all the same. I like the Makin's one because it has a motor that is designed to specifically go with it, and it's I don't know, it's not the cheapest one on the market, but it's certainly not the most expensive. And I get about a year's worth of use out of it until it starts the gears start wearing down. Yeah, right. Just wait till you hit 60, then you can complain. Yeah, his dad actually called him the morning of his birthday and was like, "Well, it's all downhill from here." And Randy was like, "Thanks." So that's encouraging. One day I'll get him to do yoga. He says over his cold, dead, lifeless body. Oh, Randy. Goodness. But yeah, the Makin's pasta machine is pretty good. And I work with, some of y'all have seen how much, polymer clay stuff we make. I put a lot of clay through the machine before it starts to wear out on me. And honestly, this one I think I've had for 2 years. Okay. So there's a little tentacle eyeball earrings. He's afraid of yoga farts. Yvette, I'm not even gonna joke. Maddie's been doing yoga with me, and I almost gas chambered her, bad. Cause we were doing a rock and roll, which is you're in boat pose, but then you rock onto your back and then up onto your butt. And it's every time I came up like this, I was like, whoop, 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 whoop. And Maddie was just giggling and she was handling it so well, but I'm not gonna lie, I'd eaten a lot of broccoli. And if the paint weren't already peeling in my yoga studio, it would have started peeling anew. It was just bad. She handled it like a champ, though. But yeah, this is why I can't go into public and do yoga, in a proper class, because it's bad for business. Was Randy from Yogi Bear? Maybe that's why he doesn't like yoga. No, I'm gonna tell a story about a time long ago.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna get like too.
You're not.
Okay. Can I say something?
No.
Why not? I'm just gonna say.
This story involves me, and you're not going to tell it.
Well, can I just be super vague?
No.
Pretty please?
You can make more earrings.
I'll make more earrings. I'm just gonna say boys and girls are different, and I didn't take that into consideration when I was trying to get a certain close friend to do yoga with me.
And that's all you should say.
And that's all I'm gonna say. But ever since then, he's been like, "No, I don't really feel like doing yoga." And I'm like, that's pretty fair. Hey, Stacy, where I'm looking for my ear wires. I lost them. But we're making earrings today, bunches and bunches of earrings. But first, I'm gonna finish all this tentacle jewelry. Oh, excuse me. Mandy says, have you made any outdoor fairy houses? My daughter and I are on a mission to transform an area in our flower bed to a whole fairy village. Ooh. I have. I do recommend, like, I've been using Primo Sculpey polymer clay that's, like, pre-colored in all of my outdoor fairy houses, and they've held up exceptionally well. I do also recommend, if you're going to be using like any air dry clays or anything like that, that you can actually seal it with like some of the smooth on paint onable like Epsilon. It's like an epoxy resin that you can put on vertical surfaces, and it'll seal the moisture out and like help the thing to hold its shape. Where on earth? I'll be right back, guys. I gotta find some ear hooks. Oh, pretty kitty. Yeah. Found them. There we go. Right? Okay. Tracy says, if you had to choose what color you pick, pink, lime green, black, white, gray, red, cream, burgundy, or purple. Oof. Purple, probably. Or green. No. I don't know, because I like looking at lime green. I don't know, is it for looking at or for wearing? Probably purple. I've been on a purple kick here lately. Just can't quite get enough of it. I can't remember where, but somewhere I thought I heard there's two kinds of translucent clay, one more yellow when baked. Quite possibly. Honestly, though, I feel like I am the worst person at translucent clay. Like, I have never been able to get good results with translucent clay. I've watched and tried my best to follow along with, like, you know, Ludmilia's tutorials and stuff, but it's like never once do I get the same result. And I'm like, well, I guess not today.
Wearing.
What you say, love? Wearing. Probably purple.
You got more questions.
Okay, I'm answering them. Christy asks, I'm trying to get into polymer clay and I was wondering, can I bake the clay in my oven that I use to cook for food? There are a lot of folks who recommend against that. I do use my oven for food because I do not have the luxury of having a separate oven specifically for it. I do have a toaster oven, but whenever I'm doing like big projects, I'm just very careful to not, you know, like scorch the polymer clay, because that's where the fumes get pretty toxic, is whenever it's these compounds being burnt that they get like super bad. But honestly feel like the garbage that I'm eating is going to kill me sooner than the polymer clay fumes in my oven. So I'd probably feel differently if I had like kids or like people in the house that other than me and Randy that we're slowly killing. But use your own discretion, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. but I do use my regular oven, and I also have a gas oven. I was really nervous for a while to use it because I was like, there's technically an open flame in there, but I have lived to tell about it for a couple of years now. So, again, function on your own discretion. Like, I did. Excuse me, sorry, I don't mean to cough in your ear. I'm still not entirely certain what I'm going to do with these guys, so I'm going to set them over here in my stuff that I need to do stuff with pile that's growing, and I'm going to ignore that pile and start working on something else. So today I want to be making just a bunch more of these earrings. So get ready to zen out, because this is not particularly riveting work, but we can get our zen on. These are just some little head pins that I got on Amazon. You can see they have like a little nail head that keeps the beads from sliding off of them. Excuse me. And I'm going to go through and just find a bunch of cute beads. Ooh, Leah asks, what was the aquarium like? I have thought of going. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. Definitely one of the best aquariums we've ever been to. I'm not gonna lie. At first, like the main room that they bring you into, like the first part of the aquarium where like you do like a loop and then you go up a floor and you do a loop and then you go up a floor and you do a loop all around the same aquarium. I was kind of worried. I was like, seriously, is like I was afraid that was going to be it. Not that we weren't having fun, but I was just like, we had really hyped it up to Maddie, and I was like, oh, this is kind of disappointing. But then it opened up into like the rest of the aquarium, and every single exhibit was better than the last one. Like it was awesome. We got to feed stingrays, which is $3 for like a tiny little cup of dead fish, but it's worth it. I would have paid like $5 like for that many fish just to it was a ton of fun. I guess it's a reflection kind of how cheap I am. Then like, oh yeah, I'd have paid $5. But seriously though, it was a phenomenal time. The green and black beads, these green ones here, these are actually, they feel like, they're acrylic, just like a little plastic, but I like them. And then these black ones are hematite. So I'm just going through, picking out some beads. And this is a way that I, for lack of a better term, mass produce handmade things. What did I do with all of those? Crap, why do I lose everything? Ooh, these ones are pretty. This is how I go about mass producing the earrings and things that we carry in our booth. It's hard to match up some of these beads with each other sometimes. Trying to get them to where they look like they belong together. I don't know why, because I know it's not everybody's favorite colors, but green and blue stuff sells out of our booth much better than the reds and oranges. So, just making an observation. I'm using 8mm beads because I found that with the bead caps, that if I can find them, that I was hoping to use, do really well on that size of bead. Here you are. I just stuck them in a random drawer. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am specifically why I cannot have nice things. It's because I'm always losing crap. Where are you at, bead caps? Well, here's some gold ones. So there's those ones. Did I put them away? That doesn't, no, I didn't. Okay. So I was gonna say, did I put them away? That doesn't sound like me. Your yellow handle step nose pliers from Rio Grande, are they 1mm or 2mm? It looks like they're 2mm on the tip. I had no idea they had a 1mm option. That'd be cool. Okay, so how many earrings can I make with this? That's 1, 2, 3, 5. And these are the bead caps I'm using currently. Patricia says, why am I watching a rerun? Probably just because I'm working on a project that I've worked on before. You're watching us live, I think. Do what? Is this even real life? I think it is. I'm under that illusion, at least. Do, 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 do. Hey, Peter in Sweden. I was like, Sweetland. No, that's not a place.
You think this is Candyland? You think this is a game?
Yes. So, you can see the head pins just make it very easy to quickly make something. So, I've laid out my bead caps. I've laid out, all the different components I'm going to be using. And now this is usually when the cat will be like, oh, I need to lay on this. It is the Matrix. I do think it is. But I'm just assembling them and then setting them off to the side. Making sure I put the bead cap on in the correct direction. If I ever have any head pins that got bent up, I just hold on to them with my bent nose pliers and then just straighten them out with my fingers. Jody says, I saw that cat walk by a minute ago. Yeah, she's on the prowl. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of waiting for her to get into like her fat lazy cat stage, because right now she's like very young and rambunctious and likes to go on adventures and doesn't want to just lay there. And I don't want to stop her from being her, so I just let her do her thing. But I'm thoroughly enjoying Ember's golden years of just wanting to do nothing but sleep in my lap. So Maddie is over in the other room, I think. Is Maddie still in there, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. Is she helping you moderate?
Yeah.
Okay, she's helping Randy moderate. She's pretty chill. Okay. And so now, once I get all of these made, like set up onto their wires, let me see if I can't actually find some. Also need to come up with a better way of storing my head pins. Excuse me. Oh, Randy. Where should I store it? Is this the thing? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put my head pins over here in this. Which is just like a little dollar store tackle box. But they just seem to fit so perfectly, and it has a longer section for the really long head pins. And now I'm going to rummage and find, yes, I have some brass toned ones as well. Do you find smaller or larger earrings sell best? Honestly, I found that it works best to have a wide selection, because if people see, like if I stick to only one, then people will see it and they'll be like, well, they only have this kind. Whereas if we have a diversity of kinds, then that lures people in a little bit deeper to at least browse, to be like, well, there's so many different things here, maybe they do have something that I'd like. And so if I get folks to start shopping and so we can start talking to them, that's when we've got you, typically. And so by having a combination of a lot of different styles and aesthetics and stuff that people, even if it's not for them, they might see it and be like, oh my gosh, this is perfect for like my cousin Jeffrey or something. Like, but in general, the smaller earrings sell better. I don't know if it's specifically because people prefer smaller earrings or if it's because we tend to charge less for the small earrings. I don't know. But then, every time I make like a big statement piece earring, it sells too. So I don't know. If it were easy, we'd all be able to retire by now. So, what you say, Randy?
The cat, she's filthy.
Oh, Callie is?
Yeah.
I think the neighbors got their house open again.
No, it looks like she got, like, up under a car or something.
Ooh. Poor critter. Well, hey, Rustic Ink Angel. I'm really glad that you like our work. Like, it means a lot to me that y'all choose to spend your time here with us. Because, ooh, 5 minutes till the giveaway. Be sure to go leave a comment on this past Tuesday's live stream.
We got 2 minutes.
It says I've been streaming for 40 minutes. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I was running kind of late this morning. Well, I had to do my hair so I could show the people at the beginning and then promptly not show them my face for the rest of the live stream. It does it. Does it. Okay. So I want to do some more colors here. Oh, Callie's just rambunctious. I think the neighbors opened up their garage section that they're renovating. And I think Callie got in to some stuff, but she's filthy. I'll give her washcloth rub down to get most of the residue off. Ooh, those are pretty too. Some little quartz crystals. So we're gonna pick 2 more gemstone types. I do love green aventurine with this brassy color, so let's do a pinch of green aventurine and then some beautiful red agate. That'll do us. Ooh, Elizabeth says shopping on Fire Mountain Gems while watching to make things. They just sent out their gemstone catalog, and it makes my heart hurt. Actually, it makes my wallet hurt. Because I'm like, oh, just 1 of everything, please. 2 of everything if I could swing it. Will you be doing episode 4 on your Vonster vlog soon? I will be. I was actually hoping to get that recorded this afternoon, because y'all have posted some really great questions and stuff, so we'll see about doing that. We've just been juggling. Well, thanks, Serene. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Sorry, words are hard. Teresa asks, we've not had any mail to open. Haven't seen any mail for a week or so. Duet love? Jean! Oh, Carmen asks, what's your favorite wire brand? Parawire. Dun dun dun. No, for reals though, I love Parawire. There's not a sponsored ad. I just like them. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't been to the post office yet this week, but I'm actually Misty had sent out something. I'd gotten last week. I'd opened some mail. I think y'all are so generous it overwhelms me. But that's lovely, lovely condition to be in. I think. Well, this one's just a little bit stumpy compared to the others. I hope it still works the same. Yeah, that'll do just fine. The size bead that I'm using, William, is 8mm. This bead cap size that I'm using could also work very well for a 10mm, but I find that a 6mm gets lost inside of it. But it's your jewelry, your taste, so go ahead and, if you want to, don't ever not do something just because I'm like, meh, I didn't like it, because you might love it. And your clients might be like, oh, well, this is the best thing ever. And I'm the one missing out, so. But yeah, I just get it all. And this is the perfect kind of project to do whenever you're binging Netflix or Doctor Who marathon or anything. Ah, Serena says I'm only 8. Right on. Oop. Never too young to start crafting. Raylene, hey Raylene, says what ear hooks do you like to use? I use 301 surgical steel ear wires from Fire Mountain Gems. They also sell them on Amazon. I think that Fire Mountain Gems ships them internationally, but I just get them in packs of 100. They're pretty affordable. If somebody's like, if we have a client that's very, very particular about metals and stuff, I'll either use sterling silver if that's what they request, or if they're like, if it's metal allergies that's bothering them, I will use niobium, which are like $6 per pair of ear hook. But it's, you know, an elemental metal as opposed to an alloy, so you don't have to worry about it, like it doesn't oxidize or react or anything. So they use it like in pacemakers, again, as far as I'm aware. Like always like Google and double fact check what I say, because I could just be talking out my ass. I don't know. And so now that we have it all set up, whoop, that went across the room, I then go through and start making the wrapped loops that make the little earring charm. And this is the same process that I go through whenever I'm making like any kind of necklace that's going to have a bunch of dangles. I'll go through and prep them all first and then start making them. It just makes me feel like it goes quick. So, okay. I'm going to flip this around, a few questions, and then we're going to do the giveaway. So, Elizabeth asks, what's the tools you use the most besides your hands? My bent nose pliers with the thermoplastic handle modification that I've made. That way you can see it just fits. Yeah, you can heat it up and just fit it to your hand perfect. So those, my round nose, my flush cutters. It's hard to pick between my step nose and my flat nose. If my flat nose still had the spring in them, I'd probably use them a lot more, but and then nylon jaw pliers and these mandrel tip pliers. Boop. So these are all the pliers that I use for wire wrapping. For chainmail, I use these two almost exclusively because I do a lot of micro mail. So I'll use these guys on the tips for micro mail or on the sides for big stuff. And by big stuff, I mean like 16 gauge aluminum. If it's, I just don't work in stainless steel for big stuff, like big stuff, because it's butcher on my hands. Sparky's Cat asks, how do you set up your earring rack display? Is one rack all the same price? How many same styles on one rack? Our earring racks are a very mix-matched menagerie of every, yeah. Did you see them or did you hear them? Or the dogs didn't notice, which is good. We use individual tags on all of our earrings, just because that's how we roll. And because I found, like, I don't have a very good memory, and if somebody says that they got one earring off of one price section, I'm like, okay, like, I guess, I don't know. And so I don't want to sabotage my own business, so I just put price tags on everything. It's also a way that we can tell if somebody bought it, the price tag is cut off. But if we see somebody walking off with a price tag still on something, we're like, hey, you know, and so whenever like they purchase it, we actually take the tag off and then put it into a little organza gift bag, not just so it doesn't get lost in their purse, but it lets us know transaction is finished, which is very helpful at like very busy events like Dragon Con, where it's like crazy busy for like 4 days. It's just, we found it's a pretty good method to go with. But we use from Fire Mountain Gems, they have, or had like 14 years ago, these round, it's like a cylinder with like 4 or 5 or 6 even tiers of like copper stripping with holes in them. And we thread the ear hook through there and then put the little ear back on it, and we have them paired off next to each other, and people just rotate it, complete menagerie. No rhyme or reason to it. It gives some people like that browsing experience, and then if they're looking for something in particular, we usually they'll trigger our NPC dialogue whenever they touch the earring display, and we'll be like, all of our earrings here have surgical steel ear wires, so they're safe if you have metal allergies, and they also have these little rubber ear backs, that way you don't lose them. And then if I'm feeling clever, I'll be like, until you lose the backs, because I think I'm funny. But and then if they'll keep browsing, we'll be like, is there anything in particular we can help you find? And they can be like, no, I'm just browsing. Or they can be like, yes, I need something, and they'll tell us the specifications, and then we'll try to help them. So well, I don't know, like, because I'll say jokes, and no, it's y'all catch me at my best. Like, honestly, there's a lot of time where I'm like, oh, I shouldn't talk. Um, hey, Callie. Muggle says, how do you find bead caps that fit beads? I always find ones that are too big or too small. Oftentimes it's just been a matter of experience. Like, I've been purchasing a lot of these same bead caps from Fire Mountain Gems for like 6 or 7 years now. And then there'll be times whenever I get, like, I'll have ordered it from like AliExpress or something, and it comes in and it's like a honkin' chonkin' bead cap that, like, and I'm like, this is giant. I've never in my life seen a bead this big. I'll use it as like a cap for like a shaggy loop earring, or maybe like the cap for like a multi-strand necklace. But if you find something that's not perfect for what you had in mind, that's an opportunity to um, to try something that you might not have tried before that might be phenomenal or game changing. So if the bead cap is too small for the beads that you had in mind, then maybe try a smaller bead. So, but also, I think that's just one of the universal frustrations of being a jewelry crafter, is like, well, I ordered this thing and it's this big. It's supposed to be this big, but it's this big. That's great. Or the opposite. Wake up, tablet. You got work to do. So Renee asks, do you sometimes get hurt using other tools? If I use, sometimes pliers like this, if my pinky doesn't have something to hold on to, then it distributes the pressure through the rest of my hand, and like my hands will get a little crampy. But a lot of that comes from, if you do something just for 8 hours nonstop, you're gonna be crampy. Why is there just a random dining chair behind you? Thank you for asking. I put it there, and we're donating it, and we haven't donated it yet, so it's still there. But I was gonna be like, you win, and then it's like, what do they win? I don't know. Yeah, I think I want to do that. I'm gonna start just randomly changing one thing in the background of every video. And I don't know, I sit there to put my shoes on. Like, we brought it down from upstairs because we were panic cleaning. And I sat it there to be donated. There's also on the other side of the wall, there's like 3 broken heaters, and like I owe some old trophies and stuff, just stuff that like we need to get out of the house. But I started using it to sit in to put my shoes on. I was like, oh, this is nice. So we might end up keeping it. Deb Love says, oh, love your necklace. Is it one of yours? It is. This is a piece that I had made probably at this point 8 or 9 years ago. Originally it didn't have the 2 strands, but I really liked that. And I should, I bet. Right now it's buried in Randy's desk upstairs, but yeah, it's one of the only pieces over the years that I've made and not sold. Do what, love?
Where'd you find it last?
Randy had hidden the fake squirrel head in the dice roller, and he was going to put its feet out the bottom part. So that was creepy. Okay, I have to tell you guys a story about how much of a butt Randy is. Yesterday at the aquarium, we're about to do the giveaway, by the way. I'll get there, but y'all had to sit through my story. Captive audience. And then like 600 people leave. There's like 240 people in here. Okay, Randy, I'm going to shame you publicly. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, so at the aquarium, there are these things where like the kids can crawl under and inside, and it's like this dome, and you can be like, look around and you're in the water, kind of, And well, I decide that I can fit, so I start climbing in there, and I'm like, I'm, you know, a couple paces in, and I'm like, oh, this is really cramped. I hope I don't get stuck. And he goes like, what's the noise you make?
What you trying to make?
He goes like I don't know. He makes this snarly noise and grabs my ankle, and I scream. I don't know. It was funny to me. I was very embarrassed. He cackled. Like, he dad joke cackled hard. And then he kept doing it to me, and it kept scaring me. Like, I'm not good at, like, jump scares get me every single time. Like, I see it coming. I'm be like, there's a jump scare. There's a jump scare any second now, and then it'll happen, and I'm like, so. But no, Maddie said there was only, like, one other person in the room, but I felt bad for, like, screaming in the fish's ear. Robin says, who is Nightbot? They always refer people over to your Back to Earth Creations account. Nightbot is this thing that we set up that posts links for us on a timer, and it sends people to my website, which redirects you to, like, here in my Etsy and my Facebook and, like, different things like that. So, yeah, Nightbot just said, if you would like to hang out with everyone after the live streams are over, then join everyone over on Discord. You can ask questions and share pictures of your work. Have you put some pretty dreads in Maddie's hair yet? I have not. I didn't know if she was inclined. She just kind of looking at me like, she's super chill. Like, she'd let me paint her face in, like, tribal war paint and then, like, us go to Walmart, I think. She's just nodding. Like, I try to, with great power comes great responsibility, and I don't want to take advantage of, you know, her just being nice to me. Have you ever used niobium wire? Susan asks. Not for wire wrapping, but I have made my own ear hooks out of it, which just occurred to me that it's technically wire wrapping. Not as much as I would have liked, but I do like niobium wire. Penny says, I'm getting the impression Maddie is a princess of coolitude. Oh my god. I want to be like Maddie when I grow up. She's like the most chill. Don't look at me like that. Do you want to be on camera? She just shrugs. So Maddie's just been sitting over there hanging out with the lamp. Super chill. She's so cool, you guys. Like, she's like, goober. You're gonna rule the world one day, you know that? She's like, yeah, it's okay. You stinker dinker. Oh, okay, giveaway time. Hey, birthday boy. That noise. That's the noise. But he grabbed me. And I, like, if I hadn't already...
Just on the ankle.
On the ankle, just right where monsters get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an additional 32 people since.
Let me grab the handful of cabs, because that's pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're giving away.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we doing? I would have just jumped out of my own skin if someone snarled and grabbed me.
Right? Like, so we're giving away this stack. There's this one. What's wrong with this one?
10.
This one has a piece of fur stuck in it.
Ooh.
This one just needs redomed with resin, like it didn't come all the way over to the edge. And it's got some crumble off the back. This one started to delaminate over here on the side. This one just has a spot missing. This one, the resin leaked off, so it's not as smooth and perfect as I wanted. Whose fur? No telling. It could be any of us at this point. This one leaked off as well. Actually, it's not.
I don't know.
Okay, no, it's not.
That is an ember fur.
It's the ember cat fur. Okay. So this one has some, like, it just needs redomed. Like, it leaked a bit. This leaked a bit. They're still very much usable, but leaked a bit. We tried to go through and do, like, quality control, because sometimes stuff will still slip under my radar if, like, the lighting isn't as great as I want it to be.
Yeah.
Or fur got in it and I didn't realize it. So if you guys ever have any problems with your cabochons or anything, let me know. I do replace them. So, yeah, it's a lot of the same color scheme. This one doesn't actually have anything wrong with it. You get a nice one. It's the one that Randy fixed. And then this one, a little bit broke off the side back. Can you get rid of Adolf Hitler for me?
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler.
Man, I thought you
And then
never
this
asked.
one broke. Like, this is probably the worst of all of them. But yeah, but you get them for free if you win the giveaway.
I'm not seeing an Adolf Hitler love. Oh, it's because that's the other day's live stream.
He's been moderating Tuesday's live stream.
As well as see our ant, bug, butterfly, squid, shrimp, crab,
shell.
You, sir, must go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, please contribute to the conversation because, like,
I'll put him on a 300-second timeout.
yeah.
Somebody had to put Hitler in timeout.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying.
Hitler, get in the corner. So, ooh, I want to win a baggie of all the animal furs and feathers samples.
Dude, no.
That's some witchcraft stuff, like right there. Like, no wizardry on my animals.
Yeah, we've been re-listening to the Dresden Files, and it's like, you know what you can do with hair? A lot.
Have you been enjoying the Dresden Files, Maddie? That's cool. Okay, so picking the winner for the giveaway, we use, what's the name of it? Commentpicker.com/YouTube. What we do is we put in the link from the video, and it just figures it out. The future is now, people. The future is now. So I'm setting that right there.
Ready?
Yes. Drum roll. Joanne Rogers.
Holy moly.
Holy crap, that's a long comment. Oh, right on.
It's concerned about our lapdog.
Yeah. Okay, Joanne Rogers, if you would like me to ship your winnings to you, please send me an email at backtoearthcreations@yahoo.com, and we'll send you this big ol' hunkin' wad of defective polymer clay cabochons. Which, are you guys interested in me putting like a listing of those up on our website of like just a dud grab bag?
Oopsies.
Yeah, a little oops box. Okay.
I'm not gonna, like,
We're already.
really, guys?
Yep.
I mean,
What price point for a box this size
box of oops.
full of random crap? How much would you pay for that? Like, just testing out the demographic.
Guys, come on.
No, Randy, I need money. Like, this is how I run a business. Going, like, how much crap? It's gonna $3, $10 make me holla.
$5 to mail it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna post up some $10 crap boxes, but you guys can't be mad at me if you don't like what's in it.
I ordered a $10 crap box,
And you
it
sent
was
me literal
all
garbage.
broken.
It was all broken. Yes, that's the point.
That was it, yes.
Gosh, I feel filthy talking about this.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I'll do one of them and see. I'll do like 5 of them and see what you guys think. The crap box. Okay, $10 crap boxes will be going up on Etsy later. They'll probably be like $3 shipping. You can see he's so unhappy.
I came up with an idea.
What's your idea?
I can't tell you
Whisper it
because
to
it's
me.
going to be a surprise.
I want to know.
No.
Okay, will you tell me
Maybe.
now?
No.
After the live stream?
Yes, it's going to depend.
just
If
whisper
someone
now.
we know, like really know,
Like Penny
you're going to get a surprise in your
Or
crap
Natalie.
box.
or Yvette
And it just
or
sounds.
Jim
You're going
or
to be.
literally any of you.
Yeah. You'll figure it out. You're going to open it up and be
Just
like,
whisper.
a crap box. Cool.
I know what it is. Can I tell them?
No.
But it's gonna be funny. Is it?
Is it whispering really loudly?
Hey, why is my sound on?
I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean that to be loud in y'all's ears. Not real turds, just fake turds. For some reason, I see a pile of poo. Is it possible you make wind chime using cabs? Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
work.
really cool.
No, you'd have to do like tube cabs.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be, Paul, that's a really good idea. It's a special edition crap box. Are you gonna show them? Where'd your fake poop go? Yeah, Jim, we're hoarders, so you sent us like fake poop like sometime in the last 3 years, and we've been holding on to it.
It's under everything.
It's under everything? Box of character. Yeah. Like, it's just rubber fake poop. Like, what the heck, Jim?
Jim's stool sample.
Jim's stool sample. But yeah, congratulations. Was it Joanna?
Yes.
Oh, they're super durable though. Aren't they though?
Joanna Rogers.
Joanna Rogers. Congratulations on your win. I'm really excited to get those sent off to
So
you.
maybe one individual will get.
Somebody will get Jim's poop.
Yeah.
But you have to pass it on to someone like else. Let's see how far this shit can go.
No. Don't do this.
Yes, no, it's a movement. Okay, we're gonna go.
Bye.
Bye, guys. We love all of you. Have a fantastic day, you guys. Oh
For a
boy.
minute, I thought I lost my shit.
But you found
I
it.
did.
Okay. Happy crafting, y'all. Well, it's a poopsie butt. Oh gosh. Bye, guys.